running. So, welcome back to another episode. Just want to show you guys that we got this thing all working, running good. We had to change up some of the lines. We're running all -6s, change them all to -10s. I had an issue with the return, so I decided just to make it all -10 and then the intake lines to be all -6. But we're not going to be messing with this today. This thing's pretty much straightforward. I'm going to get ready to take it to the track soon. Got to set some pinion angles, some suspension stuff, but this is basically all good. But I bought another engine. I think I have a problem. I keep buying engines and I'm probably not going to finish. This is an aluminum 5.3. This came out of like a 2005 Sierra or a Tahoe had them. But I picked it up today, got it for like 800 bucks, and I was like, oh, you know what? I've never seen an aluminum one. I didn't think I would be able to own one, so I was like, oh, sure, why don't I get one? Took off the head on this side, take off the other head soon, but a lot of sludge. Not too bad. I scraped some of it out, but it's not the prettiest. I got one of these lifters, let me see. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I mean, at least there's oil in it. Is it good oil? I don't know. But yeah, most of this stuff, man, it just needs to be really cleaned up. I'm hoping the crank's all good, hoping everything else is good. Push rods, I'm definitely getting new ones. Kind of all rusted up. Definitely was just sitting for a while. Guy said that he just kind of got it and kind of let it sit in his thing, but I think he let it sit outside. But we have it. So this block is actually probably like 50 to 100 pounds lighter than that block in there, than the iron block. So we'll see what we're gonna do. More than likely this one's either gonna be a nitrous engine or I'm gonna turn it into just an NA motor. I'm leaning toward nitrous because if I blow another turbo, I'm probably gonna freak out. But this one will probably be nitrous. I think that's my plan. I don't know what kind of nitrous kit I'm gonna run yet, but it's gonna be nitrous and it's gonna be a big shot. It's probably gonna be like a 250. Maybe I'll turn that back down. Maybe 100 shot and then we'll work our way up to 250. But today's plan, we're gonna tear this engine down, get a little bit more parts, probably pull off the other head, pull the lifters out, and I'll probably pull off this top trailer here, and probably call it for today. Maybe pull off that, get the harmonic balancer off, pull off the timing chain cover, and hopefully nothing's really loose in there. If something's really loose, then that's gonna suck. Because I already kind of have this priced out, I don't want to do it. But numbers are right up there. I don't know if you can see that too well, but it's up there. There wasn't that many sensors on it either, so I was kind of like, when I saw all this stuff in there, I was kind of like, ah, well, now I gotta buy sensors. Well, I got that one, and I have the crank positioning right down here. Little 24. This is brand new, so that's kind of nice. And then this pan I don't need, and spark plugs and stuff. Of course spark plugs. But it's a clean block. It wasn't painted or anything. Doesn't look like it was marred up, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna leave the flat tops in here. Hopefully these are good. I'm gonna leave the flat tops. I want it to be high compression. I want it to be like 9 to 10 to 1 compression with nitrous on top. So basically that same engine, that one's already like 9.5, 10 to 1, but instead of a turbo, be nitrous, make it look a little cleaner. But we'll jump right into it, start getting some stuff torn apart, and start it. All right. So I'll take off the valve covers, of course. Now valve covers usually just 8mm bolts, but I already kind of loosened these up because I checked it beforehand. So like I said, I just picked this motor up today. And it's kind of just like, looked good. Checked inside the valley, looked good. Checked for compression, felt good because I just turned it over by hand. And I didn't really bring any other tools, so I kind of all just hope for the best. Just kind of picked it up. A couple things that struck me: there's new gaskets on here. There's new bushings in here, so that kind of stuff made it look like that someone worked on it already. And that could always be 50-50. That either means they didn't know what they were doing, or they knew what they were doing and they just didn't finish it. All this felt good. And now we'll get some tools out. Of course. There it is. Perfect. And same thing, rockers, all 8s. But they should never be that tight. That's always concerning. Alright. Let me go grab a wrench real quick, hang on. Yeah, look at that, I'm back. Got myself a little wrench. Do a little trick right here, in case if you're not strong. I'm not that strong, so I just use wrenches. But they really should not be. I'm gonna snap a bolt. I feel like I should just put a counter of how many times I'm gonna snap a bolt in this episode. There we go. That one felt like it went. That one really felt like that one snapped. that was unexpected. But really, as long as the walls are all good, the heads look good, I'm not going to care about the internals because I'm not going to use the internals. I don't care about the, well, I care about the rods. I want the piston tops. I want the crank. But if it's, you know, push rods and lifters and shit are all gummed up, then it is what it is. I'm going to change bearings in it. I'm going to change rings anyway, so no really reason to be worried about that. Down's out. I showed this while I'm working on it, but of course, pop all these guys out. This won't be too bad, honestly. Like I said, once all this stuff's out, we move on to the fun stuff. It'll be me ordering a bunch of parts and realizing none of them fit, and having this motor sit in my garage for a couple more weeks or months, or years, I don't know. Until that one blows up, then. Well, this one's going in there regardless. I need one of those shirts that I just hold the GoPros on, because it would make it so much easier, but... Whoop. I also got to figure out what kind of music I can play during this, because I know a lot of it's copyrighted, so I don't want to be playing elevator music while I'm doing a time lapse. So I'm going to talk for a little bit, and then I'll probably do a time lapse. But it'll be quiet, and that's going to be weird. So you guys get to hear me talk about my thoughts out loud. That's neatly organized. I know definitely which one came where. And last one. I'm going to pop out some push rods. Probably throw them on the ground, to be honest with you, because I'm not going to use them. Last guy. Definitely use the rockers because these are 1.7 rockers, and I mean, for stock being 1.7, that's pretty dang good. I know small blocks, they have like 1.6s, which were pretty good. I know the one outside that we got, we actually changed that to 1.7, so that's pretty good. And same stuff. I'm not gonna throw them all on the ground. I will probably. I probably will. But that one's done. I'm not using it. I'll buy different push rods. I have money to spend, and I will do this right. I won't do what I did the first time and do cheap Amazon and eBay parts and kick myself in the ass as I drive down the track for one pass and watch it as it detonates. Maybe I can sell those on Craigslist. You never know. Maybe somebody's blind enough to buy them. Just joking. Here's your little gurney thing you got in there. And looks pretty good. I mean, this is what I saw looking at it. All the retainers are in. They all look pretty straight. Nothing's getting floated up. Now for the fun part is trying to break the torque on all these bolts, because for some reason my skinny ass had a problem with it. I use the impact, so probably use the impact again, but we'll get that all situated and ready. All right, all the main torque's broken. Now for my favorite ones. These are all 10 millimeters, and guess what? I have no clue where I put my 10 millimeter. Ah, found it. Cool. No! Where'd it go? Ah, okay. We're all good. I found it. Of course, the one I need. And this will be the same thing of me using this wrench right here and breaking a couple more bolts. I haven't broke one yet, so. No, these are all pretty loose. This side was a lot looser. The other side was like scorched on. It was freaking ridiculous. I was sitting there like sweating my ass off trying to pop it off, but I obviously picked the better side to do for this. There we go. Ooh. Once this is all done, heads are gonna come off, and then, man, I need to get an AC thing for in here. Florida heat, it's no joke, I'm telling you. It's ridiculous. And then usually I shut the garage, so like it's easier for me to do videos. But holy cow, I have that fan down there. Probably show you guys in a minute, but it is like loud as heck, and I'll have to be screaming for anyone to hear me. Maybe I'll do that during like time lapses and stuff. But slowly getting this head off. Definitely gonna need new gaskets. But write down in the comments what nitrous system I should use. Kind of have an idea to use the Nitrous Express. There's a sneaky one, little hidden one that they have inside the intake, which I thought was really cool. But the same time, everybody knows that these LSs are usually built, so nobody's really gonna have suspicion of this thing running probably pretty quick. I mean, I feel like this motor might run faster than the turbo. That motor doesn't have a two-step or anything, so I mean, it's just gonna leave on the boost that it has. So usually it was just nothing, and then it just ramps up to 6. But gotta take a couple cruises in that thing again. Got a couple of bugs to work out. One of the biggest ones is trying to figure out my timing. Trying to just creep up on it, add a little fuel, add a little timing here. Right now I'm only at like 22 degrees for like wide open throttle on boost, which actually retards it by like, I think 0.2 for timing. So it's really nothing. So in reality, I'm probably only running 19 degrees timing at full boost, which again, is nothing. Ridiculously little. Probably should find a tuner. I'll probably blow up my stuff before I find one, but you know, I'll keep looking. If I keep buying stuff like this, then I will not be able to buy a tuner, or have a tuner help me. Loosen that up a little bit, get some more play. And look at that. Look at that. It just falls on the floor, and I was like, oh, okay, great. End video today. Yeah, I call anything. That bolts out, that bolts out. Ooh. I don't need that, it's okay. Everything decided to slide in. What do you call it? You're free, you're free. I think you just call them the gasket, to be honest with you. There it is. Yep, it was caught on the gasket. Or not, what the fuck? There we go. Oh, it's calling that stupid. There it goes. There we go. Sick. I'm laying it on the ground. That's probably the worst thing you can do, but I dropped my glasses and everything, so I mean, I gotta pick up my glasses. Here we go. So, this is pretty much what I saw on the other side. They are not pretty at all. I'll pull those out and show you guys the lifters. It's really not pretty. But, I mean, I feel like it's just all cosmetic stuff. Because it seems like the pistons, it seems like the inside of these bores are all, besides really dirty, they look pretty straight. So, I'm not too worried about it. I'm pretty sure I can get a little bit of cross stitching in there and be able to fix up any kind of little minor scratches. If there is a sleeve or a big gouge in one of these that I need to get it machined, then we're going probably 30 over, screw it. And we'll go new pistons, new rods, and get the crank polish too. Get all that done. But hopefully that doesn't happen, because I really don't want to spend $5 grand. I really want to keep this build under, I think I said 3,500 bucks. So right now this was like $800. Priced out all the internals being like a cam, new piston tops, lifters, keep the stock crank, stock rods, all that bearing and stuff like that. I priced that all out to being like $2 grand. So, oh, I can't say $2 grand. So like 1,500 bucks, and then leave like another like $1,000 for everything else. Because some of the stuff I might rob off that one if I want to get this to run. I might need the injectors, and I'm not gonna run the intake from that car, but I might run whatever one I can find. And if we don't run nitrous, we don't run nitrous, but I would much rather run nitrous, honestly. So, yeah, let's get these guys out. See if we can pop a lifter out. Doesn't much. But, I don't have a socket. Give me a second. Let me go find a socket. One thing that just completely left my mind is that I completely forgot to check the intake and exhaust valves on that one. Just flip it over and look. I'll do that in a second. So we'll both be surprised if the valve was nicked or anything like that, but I highly doubt it. I really think this thing was just sitting for such a long time that it just was never dumped. It just got a bunch of water in it probably and just soaked it all up, and that's the end of the story. These are a good thing these things are loose, because I swear, anything else is tight on this motor. There we go. We'll drop those back in so I don't lose them. These definitely will be cleaned up. Drop something out of it. That's probably not important. You don't need to worry about that little fella. You're gonna get that on these big jobs. And looks pretty good. Doesn't look too bad. Probably need a little bit better lighting, but a little bit of rust spot in there. Definitely gonna need new lifters. 100%. Probably gonna run LS7s just because they're easier. Everybody runs them for some reason. I run stock ones in the other car just because I didn't want to mess with trying to figure out the push rod length. Because for some reason I couldn't do math for like 3 days of me trying to figure it out, and I was just like, screw it, we're keeping the stock ones. So I still have stock lifters in there. Or yeah, lifters and push rods. These look pretty good. Nothing on them. I mean, I'm just basing all the rest of them off this one lifter. So I'm gonna call that good. Cool. I'm gonna say that one is good. I honestly will base everything off of what the cam looks like. And if the cam looks bad, then doesn't matter. We're getting a new cam. So I mean, I will throw the cam into the, not in the ocean. Can't do that. But I will throw the cam somewhere. Maybe I'll throw it in a box. That's more better. I'm gonna see this guy in a box. Some weird angles. That's not a good thing to do, but it'll be okay. They don't look bad. They don't look bad at all. You know what, I could save some money if I just keep these spark plugs too. I'm just joking, I won't do that. But these look pretty good. There's no nicks, no dings. That's the main thing I was worried about. If there's any metal shavings or anything in there. Looks pretty good. So we're not gonna be worried about the heads. Heads are good. So as long as I don't keep flipping them over and throwing them everywhere, I think it's fine. Just not worried about all those bolts falling everywhere. Get this guy pick back up. There you go. That's fine by me. These are also 799 heads. On the turbo motor, I am running 862s, if you can see that. So the difference between them, 799s are great for compression. These are gonna boost up your compression because they have smaller ports. These are good for turbos because they have wider ports. They let the air flow better. So depending on what you're running, if you're running, you want high compression NA motor, 799s. You want boost, supercharge, or nitrous, 862s. Those are the best ones to go with. Some variants in them. These are the two that I know the best. And I know those ones are good for turbo. Those are about to be great for nitrous because either way, they're going on the engine. I need a cable for that thing too. No, I don't. Okay. I thought about running electronic throttle body on this thing just because I thought it would be cool because I can run it on the computer and I want to do it anyway. But no, I'm just gonna keep the cable. I honestly run the same fuel rails on that engine so I can just reconnect this regulator and fuel system right to it and just run all the same fuel lines. Be easy, just connect it right up and it'll be all good to go. But take a look at this real quick. That light still has not fell. I'm so happy. This is what it is. I mean, I'm gonna have to clean it up, pull the rods out and pull everything. It's just simple, the whole thing. Definitely go through and clean everything. I think we're gonna save the cam for another time. Maybe do it next episode, which will come up short. I'm gonna get all this cleaned and get everything pulled out of it. I kind of want to pull this off. I really do. But that means I would waste everything in one episode and then I wouldn't have anything else to do. So this is coming off next episode. We'll see the internals next time. So y'all take it easy. I'm gonna get clean into this thing and I'll see y'all next episode.